to this video. I would love to hear how you're feeling the energy is going on now. It's really interesting. Things are really speeding up. I've had a lot of information coming in the last days, and I have a bunch of notes, so I'm going to try to make this understandable and sort of easy to digest, and cover most of the things that I've been talking about the last days. Most of this information is coming from the group of blue beings that I'm channeling, and it has to do with where we are at now and how the energies are shifting, because they're talking about us going into a new frequency, and sort of the most important things to be aware of as we're moving or shifting now. And first of all, I want to preface this video by saying that there's a lot of information out there now. There are a lot of people offering events, many beautiful events, lots of energetic information being shared, and it's really important to also have that stillness within and be able to sort of shut out the things going on externally in order to let these shifts happening, because the shifts are happening within when we are present. And if you're too much out there and too much out in the external and just trying to keep up with everything and all the offerings and just trying to hear everybody else's experience rather than feeling into where our resonance is taking us for information and for inspiration, and to also sit with that stillness in order for the revelations that are coming, because those are coming from within. So I think that's a very important point to make, and also now in the start of the video, as this video is also going to be about the energetic shift we're finding ourselves in now. So what I've been seeing and also experiencing myself personally is that things are really speeding up, and it almost feels energetically to me like there's this sort of graduation point where there are things sort of just coming up that is, mirroring something from the past, and really showing us whether, are you done with this pattern? Are you done with playing this out, about living in this with this belief system? Like it's really like coming up, so you have the choice to see, okay, I've graduated from this. I'm actually not feeling like going in that direction anymore. I'm actually able to have boundaries in this situation that I wasn't before. I'm actually seeing that this belief system that I always had and that I've been doing all this work around is actually, so it doesn't resonate anymore. Like I've grown past that. So those things are coming up, as well as new opportunities and new things coming in, and new ideas, new creations, new insights, just keeps coming in, and it's important, to take that in, to have that openness, and to sort of differentiate and discern what are these old things that are coming up. Can you feel that? Can you sort of, do you have the awareness, and do you feel the change within you, and celebrate that? See the change that is happening. See the change you have been able to make, because it's you who made that change. And then take those new things, and go within with it. Does it resonate? How can I use this? What is, when something new is opening within, just feel into it, be in it, and let it take you into your future. because this is really like how they're showing me this whole thing, that there's so many things that are falling off. Very often things that we have been aware of, that we have been working consciously on, but it's like there's like these layers just like dissolving. Like I was seeing today when I was in the nature, I was walking in the forest, and I was sort of, you know, tuning in and walking with my guides for a bit, and I was seeing like as a like massive like root system of these trees, and how that sort of mirrors the structure of belief systems that we hold, and that is sort of structured around our lives, or that we structure our life with, because that's really that big change on seeing that we have the power to create, and we are empowered beings. We are, you know, we can trust ourselves, and we can change our beliefs, and how like really how intricate this root system is, and how much it keeps in place, and how, like for example, what I'm experiencing these days, one of the things is like this one specific emotion that has been very leading, you can say, in my life, which I've been doing work on a lot of times. For a long time I have a lot of awareness around it, but I can see now how it's actually like the results are coming. Like it's almost like you come to the root of it, and then you see like this belief is sort of just like it doesn't resonate. Like it's like you can see it with a whole new perspective, and it doesn't have that like grab on you as it had. And then that's like how I would normally, for example, then experience it. But now it's like I see all this intricate root system, and I see all the beliefs that are coming from that one belief or from that one emotion, and it's like it's just like and it's just releasing, and it's, you know, as this is happening, because they've been showing me as well that there are a lot of changes in the physical body, cellular changes, and a lot of changes and sort of restructuring in the bones in the human beings. And so both having, you know, both being able to let go, because it's very often easy to attach to what we want to let go of. I want to let go of this, I want to get rid of it, and we are in so much resistance that we are actually attaching to it without really wanting it. So observing it and feeling it, and then taking action. Being in that stillness, seeing and feeling whatever is there, whether it's, you know, super uncomfortable and challenging for you energetically, or if it's like this massive opening and like things are suddenly moving, like sort of feeling, because it can be all over the spectrum, and there's nothing wrong about neither or anything in between, but really tuning into yourself and where you're at, and what is unfolding, and having that stillness to actually let the body do that restructuring. If you need to rest. Drink plenty of water. That's something they have been keep saying for a while now, and really let the system adapt, but don't avoid to take action, because when you feel like moving the energy in the body, do that. You can be in stillness while you're out jogging, you can be in stillness while you're in the nature on a walk, you can be in stillness while you're creating music, or while you're writing, you're creating something. So it doesn't mean that you have to isolate yourself and be this sort of a hermit, but find that right balance for you of like when do you need to have that introspection and feel and let the body adjust, and when can you engage with the new energies and what's coming in and what you're moving to. Because it's like how I've been shown this and how I'm seeing this is a bit like you, the body will need some adjustment and a bit of rest, and you know it can be, you know, it can be a day, it can be half an hour, it can be 10 minutes, it can be 3 days. That's very individual, and then we need to get like going and engaging, because it's shifting quickly, because the changes in the body is happening fast, and that changes the frequency we are in, and it changes the way we are emitting our frequency. So they were saying in the latest channeling that I got today that it's times of change, it's times of strength, and it's times of new voices, and that these new voices will be heard on a much deeper level, and it's going to make a change, and that we are taught to be strong, yet that type of strength that we were learned or we were taught is something we have to let go of, because that's more of a resistant, being hard type of strength, and the new strength that is the real strength, the empowered strength, is coming from within. And so it can be these kind of concepts, right, as strength, for example, as they were talking about in the channeling, that we have this concept of what strength is and how it looks, and how it's like in what type of way it's a part of our identity. And then as this is changing, and as we are seeing and learning that strength is actually something coming from within, it's nothing, you know, the whole perspective and the energetics of it, as we rise in consciousness, we understand more of the energetics behind things, and as we understand these energies, we see that what we were taught or what we used to believe or the perception we used to have, it will change and it will move. And this is a lot of what the changes now are about. And then having that awareness and knowing that what you feel within and where you're moving within is the right thing for you, and it's in growth, it's always an expansion, and then be able to leave that old behind and actually take on the new and start engaging from that point with the world, with the energies around you and within yourself. And when they were talking about these voices that holds a new frequency and that it reaches deeper within, they said that sound and vibration will from this point be reaching deeper, and that has to do with this sort of restructuring on the cellular level and in the bones. And they said that it affects also the way the frequency is emitted from our core. So they said that we can see this almost like as it reflects out more of the light we hold within when these changes are happening on a cellular level. And they said that it's important to know that these new voices will be heard, and that from this type of energy there will be a whole new way of fighting, they said, and the new fighting is being, and it's emitting, and it's breaking out of your own cage. It's not coming from that resistance and that same frequency that we used to fight from. So it's not at all about not speaking the truth. It's rather the opposite. But it's all about the frequency from which we do that. And they said that it's really important to get awareness and to focus on how the structure is being kept in place. And that being the structure of your own cage, because that's what we have to do and what we're being asked to do now, to break out of our own cages. So they said that it's important to choose to see the cage, because we can choose to ignore it, we can choose to just bypass it. Where is your cage? Can you see your cage? Then choose to see how it serves you. In what way does your cage serve you? That's very important. And then it's very important to choose to see that it is a creation. It is not the one and only reality. It is a creation. We create our reality. Then choose to see and choose to believe and know that you can create otherwise. And with that, the cage is going to dissolve. So as we are seeing limitations and restrictions and everything that is going on in the world, if we look at ourselves and we try to see where is our own cage, where is our own person, and we can break out of that, not from fighting and having that same old strength and just fighting in that same frequency, but coming from within, being with what is being revealed within, knowing and being present with your body when these cellular changes are happening, emitting that light, seeing how did this cage serve me, how can I choose differently, how can I create something else. I actually created this cage, it's my responsibility, and I have the power to create something else. When we do that, everyone does that with their own cages, it will change the collective. We dissolve that cage with the frequency, not by fighting resistantly, is what I said. And they said that in this new frequency that we are coming into now, there is a choice point. We do find ourselves in a choice point now. And what we will be seeing is that results are speeding up. So where we put our attention and our focus, what we feed our energy, we're going to see the results faster, quicker. And that being both when it's something we will perceive as negative and something we will perceive as positive. So always, like all different types of ways. So being very aware of the energy we're in, what we're emitting, what we are feeding with our thoughts, where's our emotions at, and really taking responsibility for our own creations. Let me see my notes. So many points. Yes, and these changes in the cellular structure will reveal new things within. So the new, like the insights, the big light bulb moments, those experiences of parts of the cage starting to dissolve all that is coming from within. It's being revealed from within with these cellular changes, because that's happening because our frequency is changing. So it's all interconnected. And so the most important, I said, for the human being to know is to trust themselves. Trust yourself before you trust anything external. Being in the external with your mind and your energy will distract you. And through being in your own being, with like being, trusting yourself, you gain the access to your own magic, and what you hold, and from that point you can act. And I said that we are stepping into a time of action, and it's so important that the action is coming from within. It has everything to say where it comes from. Is it someone else telling you to do this, to take this action? Or is it something you feel within? Is it something that is driven from you within, from a place of peace within you, meaning not in a resistant old type of fighting way, but from a place of really feeling and seeing what you want to take action on, and then do it. That's like, when it comes from that frequency, that's going to make massive changes. And they keep saying, just repeat the trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. You're moving into your own empowerment. You are a light, you have light within you. You will be emitting more. Tune into yourself. Listen to what inspires you. Listen to what you feel resonant with, and what you feel drawn to. But don't keep your mind and your focus on the external. Keep it within, because that's where all these revelations will be coming from. And the creation is speeding up. So it's a choice point. Take care, be careful about or not be careful, be aware of what you focus on. And get ready for times of action. Always from a point of stillness within. I hope this can help you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything I've been saying. If something is not completely clear, I can make new videos and go more into that, if that's something you guys want. Have a lot of compassion for yourself, a lot of compassion for those around you. I wish you a beautiful, energetic shift. It has happened, it is happening, and it's going to happen. Time is not just one point, it's fluid, it's moving. Energy is always moving. So tune in to whatever feels right for you and follow your own body in this shift. And I'm sending you all lots and lots of love. Bye bye.